guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today I'm going to be reviewing and creating 3 looks with the new Beauty Bay Reckless Romance palette. This palette dropped a few days ago over on their website and of course on their app, and it retails for $22. I have my Buc-ee's t-shirt on for Valentine's Day. Let's see if I can show you the back really quick. That's what it looks like in the back. It just came out of the dryer. It's actually still a little bit damp, and if it looks a little wrinkled, that's why. But I wanted to wear it for filming today since this is a Valentine's Day themed palette. Let's take a peek inside Reckless Romance. So inside this palette, you're going to be getting 20 different shades. It's a nice mixture of matte and shimmer shadows. I will say the only palette that has not worked for me was 2 years ago for Valentine's Day, the Love Notes palette. But every palette that I've tried from Beauty Bay has actually performed really well. So I do have very high expectations for this one. I like the pink and gray combination. I think that is a really pretty combination. And I like that they're including cool tones in this one as well. Again, it does retail for $22. There are some discount codes floating around on Beauty Bay, but I think it's if you place a certain order, you get like 10 or 20% off of that order. I ordered mine, just the palette with rush shipping, and it got here on, I think it was Thursday afternoon, and it is Saturday afternoon when I'm sitting down to film this video. If it is your first time here on my channel, I just want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steph. I love trying out new makeup. I am primarily a new makeup review channel, but I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, makeup ranking videos, all that good stuff. If that sounds great to you, I want to invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you're a fan of Beauty Bay, and if you're a fan of affordable makeup, or you just want to get some ideas for Valentine's Day, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up before you go. As usual, everything that I'm wearing will be linked and listed in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me on my channel. Let's dive on into this Reckless Romance. I have the song Bad Romance from Lady Gaga in my head, but if you guys want to see how this beauty is going to perform, keep on watching. Now, I've already primed my eyelids with the Bella Beaute Bar eyeshadow primer. They dropped 2 palettes. One, I guess both could be Valentine's Day releases. So if you want to buy anything over at Bella Beaute Bar, I do have an affiliate code, and it is Steff10, and that saves you 10% off of their order. Now let's dive into Miss Reckless Romance over here. I told you I like the combination of gray and pink together, so I definitely think that's where I want to start. I do want to point out that there are a couple shades, and it was this one here and this one here that swatched almost identically. So much so that I just looked at them and said, did they have the same shade name? So yeah, these two, I feel like you're just getting -1 shade because they just swatched out way too similar to one another. But I'm going to start here with the shade, and then I definitely want to do like a hot pink on the lid. So I think I'm going to focus like on this shade, and this shade. And then we'll do some of the pinks on the lid and on the lower lash line. So I'm taking the shade Backstage on a BK 202. And I'm just going to run that in the crease. Now I'm taking the shade Last Night on a BK A502. Now I'm taking the shade Leather, which is the black matte shade, on a Refer 13 mini brush. All right, now it's time to play with some of these beautiful shimmer shadows, and I really want to go in with this shade called Muse. So I'm going to start first with this one, and I'm taking this on a Luxie 245, and I am going to spray it. And when I say that I spray it, I just use some like MAC Fix Plus or any setting spray that I have handy. Not a lot of payoff there. What is going on? There we go. I think I'm going to do something different for the inner corner. Now I think I'll do this beautiful shade for the inner corner. This one is called Girlfriend. And I'm taking this shade on a damp Rephr 03. I'm going to add a little bit of the pink back, but I'm using my finger to do it. Oh, that looks pretty. All right, now for the lower lash line, I think I'm going to go in with this shade. This shade is called Front Row, and I'm going to take that on a Rephr 26. Now I think I'm going to add a little bit of this shade called After Party with my damp Rephr 03 to the inner corner. All right, guys, so I'm going to take care of the finishing touches off camera. I like the way that looks, and I'll be right back to show you this completed look number 1. All right, guys, so here's the completed look number 1. I really love the way this look turned out. I'm going to be using the new Essence Lash Without Limits mascara in today's video, and then I'm also, because I applied some lashes, I'm going to be using these new ones from Kiss. They are the style High Bun, but they are called the new Natural Lashes. I've been wearing these a couple times this week, and I've really been enjoying them. The eyeliner I have on the top lash line is just a black eyeliner pen, also from Essence. And in the lower waterline, I have an LA Girl Neon Shockwave lip liner. This one is in the shade Pop. I think this look turned out really well. I thought the shadows performed well. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. Okay, so for look number 2, let's do something with the brown. Brown and pink and brown and red are really beautiful together. I think what I'll do is I'll start first with this shade right here. This one is called Soulmate. Well, these two are practically identical, so forgive me if I don't use this one since I'm using this one, but I'll start here with Soulmate, and then I think I will work into, oh gosh, the brown, or leave the brown for the lower lash line and do like this color and the red for the top. I think I'm going to be using these 3 shades. First, second, third. So I'm taking Soulmate on a BK 212, and I'm just going to run this in the crease. Now I'm using the shade Front Row, which is what I used over here, I forgot. Front Row on a BK A502. Now I'm taking the shade Affair on a Rephr 13 Mini. Sister is up here. Let's see. There she is. She likes to investigate everything. No, ma'am. Oh, she's wanting to get on the vanity. No, ma'am, not right now. Ooh, that is so pretty. Those shades are building so well with one another. I'm adding the first shade back, just a little bit up here. Now we'll do the brown shade. This one is called Love Song, and I'm using my Rephr 26. Now I think I'm going to do this gold shade for the inner corner highlight. This one is called VIP. Taking that on a damp Rephr 03. All right, guys. I think this look is, oh no, how can I say it's completed? We haven't done a shimmer on the lid. Never mind. What am I thinking of? Let's try this one right here. This one is called Encore. Taking that on a damp Morphe M124. Oh, that's a nice contrast because this is like a silver shade, and then with that gold inner corner, it's nice to mix them together. That's beautiful. Well, this palette just knocked Love Notes like so far off the table. I mean, really, like there's no comparison. That was just my dud palette from Beauty Bay. And I know a lot of you ended up liking that one, but for me, no, it just did not work. Now I'm going to go take care of the finishing touches. I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. All right, guys, so here's the completed look number 2. Same everything with the exception of the lower waterline. I went in with another LA Girl eyeliner, and this one is in the shade Blackout. I thought that these two looks turned out really well. They were easy to create. All of the shadows performed so well. I'm really liking this palette and I'm really liking the color story. Let me go ahead and take some quick pictures and I'll be right back. I'll probably remove this look and then we'll start creating the third and final look with the Reckless Romance palette from Beauty Bay. Okay, so for this third and final look, what should we do? I haven't used this shade. I kind of want to use this one. I need to use this one, so I'll probably do this in the brow bone. This shade I haven't used either. So you know what? Let's try doing a combination of these two right here. Oh, have I used this one? Rebel? No, I haven't used Rebel. I'm going to start with Rebel and then work into this one, and then maybe I can do this one for the lower lash line. There are a couple shimmers I still need to use, like this one and this one, so we'll see where we, oh, and this one, I haven't used the silver. Oh, I have quite a few shades left. I might not be able to use all of them, but let's start first with Rebel. I'll do that in the crease, and then I'm gonna come down here to Paparazzi. And I'm taking Rebel on a Sigma E25. Ooh, this is a pretty shade. You know what? I'm going to focus out a little more towards the inner portion. Now on a Sigma E24, I'm taking the shade Paparazzi. Wow, that shade built up so well. That is so good. Just going to go back in with the first brush I used just to kind of blend a little bit better along the edges. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Rockstar. Taking Rockstar on a damp Refer 28. Got a little bit of fallout from this one. You know what? Let me try using my finger. This one doesn't feel... Yeah, it's building up well, but it's just not as like metallic and shimmery as some of these other ones. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this shade right here, and I'm going to spray the brush, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner. This is a Morphe M213. Just going to add a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. All right, now I'm going to go in with this shade called Tattoo for the lower lash line. I'm using a Refer 03. Now I'm going to take this shade right here for the brow bone. This one is called Number 1. And I'm using that same Refer 03, I just cleaned it off. All right, now we need to do something for the inner corner. I'm going to do this silver shade right here. This one is called Mind Dress. I did spray the brush. Ooh, okay. This would be a good one for all over the lid, but it's working for the inner corner. Let me go ahead and take care of the finishing touches. I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 3. All right, guys, so here's the completed look number 3. Same everything with the exception of the lower waterline. I went in with one of the new multi-chrome eyeliners from Colourpop. This one is in the shade Pixie. Guys, I had a great time with this palette, and there was only like 1 or 2 shades I didn't get to use. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video, and I'll share with you guys my final thoughts on the Reckless Romance palette from Beauty Bay. Okay, guys, so Reckless Romance, $22. There are 20 different shades in this palette, all really nice matte and shimmer shadows. Definitely more pink and gray than red tones. There's a couple red tones in here, but don't forget you get a brown down here, a matte black down there, a really nice deep wine shade over here. I like the mixture. I like that this is a little cool, a little warm, but I think there's definitely more cool tone shades in here. I mean, 20 shades for $22. Like the cover art on it as well. This palette is definitely getting 2 thumbs up from me. I had a wonderful time, a wonderful experience with the formula, very little fallout. Some of the shades will work better just using them with your finger, but there was only like 1 or 2. Majority of them are pretty good as far as just using like a damp brush. And the mattes I felt were all really pigmented and blended together really well. I didn't have to start with the dark shade and work into the lighter shade. I was able to do my traditional method of going from light to medium to deep when it came to the matte shade. So really excited about this one. I got that Lady Gaga song stuck in my head, Bad Romance, and that's what I used when I put this on Instagram the other day. My picture collage, I had that song on there. So yeah, guys, if you're curious about it, it's definitely a good one. It's definitely worth checking out. A couple of you wanted me to compare this palette to, there was a Natasha Denona palette, and then there was another palette that I don't remember, but let me go grab a couple Natasha Denona palettes and we'll see if maybe this could be a dupe for some of those. Okay, so I grabbed her Love palette and I grabbed the Retro palette. I think Retro is the one you guys wanted to see next to one another. So let me get Reckless Romance, and here we go. I definitely think if you didn't pick up Retro, this Reckless Romance might be something to consider. You do get 20 shades versus the 15 shades up here at the top. I do have an affiliate code with Natasha Denona, and it is Steff. It gives you 15% off. This palette is in stock along with the Love palette over here. And I just did a video the other day, like a full face of Natasha Denona, and I used the Love palette. I didn't pick up the Love palette when it was initially released. I got it a few years later. But here these are side by side. There's some similarities in here as well, although you do get that nice purple shade in the Natasha Denona. But you know, they kind of, like, if you have the Natasha Denona ones, then you probably don't need Reckless Romance. If you don't have the Natasha Denona ones, then yeah, maybe you kind of need Reckless Romance, just depending on if these are shades that you're going to wear outside of like Valentine's Day, maybe even Christmas time. I mean, I think they're year-round shades. I never reserve a palette just for one particular season, but you do you. Let me know which look you like best. Are you team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know if Reckless Romance is going to be in your future. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. Y'all have a great day or night, wherever it is y'all are at. Stay hydrated, drink that water, and I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.